Okay. So,
Oh, it came in. Okay.
that part, it got cut off. So, if
Yeah.
I, if I may just say that.
No, no. Yeah, yeah. Jump. I think we're live. I
All
think
right.
we're live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, that we it got cut off, but the Apostle Peter was a threat to Satan's kingdom because Yahweh Shai set him up as the head. You know, you
Yeah.
said we live, right?
Yeah, we're live. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So the Apostle Peter was a threat because Yahweh Shai set him as that stone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the message that Peter held was going to be the message that was going to take this world down. So Satan's mission was to destroy the head man that was in charge of that, because if he could destroy that, then he could destroy the whole mission.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why Satan, when Yahweh Shai was on that fast, Satan tried to destroy Yahweh Shai.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but
Yep.
he couldn't do it.
Yeah. Well, the gates of hell shall
Not prevail.
not prevail against this thing. But with the point, I remember what the point I wanted to make. Even before we came into the truth, some of us, Satan wanted to take us out, because the spirits, the demons, they know even before you, even before you were, we were called into this, they knew what we would do. You know, I talked to some brothers. They said they were supposed to be aborted from their mother's womb, but somehow they still made it. They were born. Why? Because they had a purpose. You know, I myself, my mother was in labor with me for what, 3 days. You know, I'm not saying that means anything. I'm not saying it doesn't mean anything. But I think I understand why now.
Yeah.
Because she never let me forget it. You know how much she had other children. All of them had natural birth. Why me? Why was I the one that gave her so much hell? Well, I'm starting to understand why. You know, the point I'm making to you brothers out there, oh, wait a minute, Jim has shined the gospel. I ended up getting cut out of my mother's womb. So there you go. So the spirits, they know what you're going to do before you do it. They know. So they always plague you. Elder Apostle Tar always talks about that, how he was plagued before he came into truth.
As a child. Yeah.
As a child. You know, things that happened to him didn't happen to his other siblings.
Yeah, the demons would throw him off the bed.
Yeah, the same thing with us. You know, the kingdom is within me too, a C-section. So see, that confirms what we're saying.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, brothers, the sifting never stops. That's the point. The only time it's going to stop is when Yahweh Shai. That's one of the things we're looking for. Yahweh Shai, when he comes back, he's gonna everything that we're going through mentally as well as physically is going to stop on that day.
Yeah.
When Yahweh Shai comes and he liberates us from this body.
Brings some healings in his wings.
Right. All the suffering that we're going through will be end. It'll be done. Okay? All the sifting, it'll be done. Like Yahweh Shai said, the last thing Yahweh Shai said was, it is what? It is finished.
Yeah. Hey, and Satan is only going to come against those that are threatening his kingdom.
Exactly.
Anybody else, he already got him in the palm of his hand.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. So yeah. But anyway, let me go back to Luke 22:31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan have desired to have you. See? That he may sift you as wheat. Why? Because you just heard what Elder Apostle Roundup was saying about Apostle Peter's position. Okay? So this is why we have to be vigilant. Okay? But now check this out. It says, Yahweh Shai said this, but I have prayed for thee. Now, I think it was the Apostle Paul said that Yahweh Shai maketh intercession for his elect. With how's it go? We do groanings that cannot be uttered, if you want to bring that out.
Yep.
Yeah. Yahweh Shai prays for us, man. John 17. You read the book of John 17, that's a prayer that Yahweh Shai prayed for us, man. Because he's Satan and all them spirits that hell bent on trying to get us out of there, man. You know.
All right. Romans 8:26. Likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities, for we know not what we should pray for as we ought. But the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered.
Yeah, the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us, right? To give us the times when you feel you can't go on.
Yep.
and you get that burst of energy. That's Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Yeah.
When Yahweh Shai went through what he went through a few times, the angels came to him to minister
To
to him,
minister him. Yep.
you know, to strengthen him.
Yep.
So that's the angel. The Lord sent on the angels spiritually to help, you know, us to get through whatever situations we got to get through.
Yep.
Because you just mentioned the word sift in that particular verse, dealing with the Apostle Peter, because he was the main threat. Satan ain't gonna come against an individual that he already got.
Yeah, you already got him. Well, he's no challenge.
Right. So the word for sift there is sinaizo.
Mm-hmm.
And the word sinaizo is to sift, shake in a sieve, as we were read about in the book of Amos. But then it says figuratively, by inward agitation.
By inward agitation. You know, them little things that piss you off. And you say, man, later, I can't deal with this stuff.
Right.
You were sifted.
By inward agitation to try one's faith.
See?
To the verge of overthrow.
See? Yeah.
You know, so either two things are going to happen. Either you're going to be made stronger, or you're going to fall, or be made
victim
weaker.
to the sifting.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, the ultimate sifting is going to come when they make this hokey pokey. The hokey pokey, the result of the hokey pokey, the electronic tag, when they make that thing mandatory under the penalty of death. That's when oh man, you want to talk about sifting.
Yeah, because the hokey pokey gonna make you turn yourself around.
You want to talk, right? You want to talk about sifting, man. That's the deciding, and clearly, and it was Elder Apostle Starr brought that out in Revelation. The Lord said, "I will bring how did he say it? To try them that dwell upon the earth. Try them the hour of temptation. The hour of temptation is designed to what? Sift the ones that the Lord don't want.
Right. Yeah. Because right now, prior to that happening, and you know, up until that time, the build up to it, you know, the Lord is putting his men through certain situations. That's why he said, you know, because you have kept the word of my patience, I also will keep you from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them.
It is.
You know, so a lot of people are not going through the rigorous things that they have to go through. They're not going through the rigorous sifting process, but some individuals are. You know, and eventually those individuals that are going through it, that the Lord gave the Spirit to handle it, to deal with it, to get through it, the Lord at the end is not gonna forsake them.
Matter of fact, since you said that, bring out the scripture. We'll make a way for you to, bring that out. It's a good time to bring that one out.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians.
You can get edified by that.
Chapter 10 and verse 13. They have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able.
Now that means if you're a member of the elect, that is. Now if you're not a member of the elect, he can use the sifting really to destroy you.
Oh, yeah.
Why? Because you're not a member of the elect.
Yep.
Go ahead.
But will, with the temptation, also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it.
There it is.
And see, that's the only way we're going to make it through it, is if the Lord is in our corner.
On our side. If
our side.
How's it go? Was that if the Most High be for us?
Who can be against us?
Yeah, Romans 8. So it doesn't matter what we go through. If we're a member of the elect, we'll get on the other side. Look at Yahweh Shai. Look at all what he went through. Yet he was able to make it on the other side. He went through things that would destroy a lesser person.
Oh, yeah.
But guess what? He was the founding member of the elect. That's why he endured what he endured and made it to the other side. That's where we want to be. We want to make it to the other side.
Yep. Romans 8:31. What shall we then say to these things? If the Most High be for us,
see,
who can be against us?
There it is. There it is. So some of you guys, you would say, oh, you guys brought in it. We don't bring in nobody. Right. Now you're starting to see we don't bring nobody into this.
Yeah. We ain't turning, we ain't putting the key in the lock. We ain't turning the lock. We ain't turning the handle on the door. We ain't pulling the door open and shutting the door. That's Yahweh Shai's job to do.
That's what he's doing.
That's given to him.
You know who he won?
Yeah.
Did he not say, I have not lost? He told his father that. I have not.
All that you have given me, I have lost none, but the son of perdition, you know, that the scripture might be fulfilled. Because Yahweh Shai is about his father's business.
Exactly. He's all about his father's business, man. Yeah. So don't take it personal.
Take the bitter with
Yep,
the
the sweet.
sweet.
Yep, yep. Yep.
Easy
Jermaine
go,
Jackson.
easy go.
Yep, don't take it personal, man. John 17. I gotta bring this out because Yahushua prays. Now I read that. Where did I read it? Yahushua told Peter, I have prayed for thee. Luke 22 and 32. But I have prayed for thee that thy faith fail not.
Right.
And when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren, right?
Right. Because it said that he was being sifted, and that sifting was a violent motion pretty much to the verge of mental breakdown.
Well, there were times when Peter fell short. Number one, Peter denied Yahushua 3 times. Let's not forget that. Number two, there was that time that Peter didn't recognize Yahushua, and he was so ashamed that he didn't recognize Yahushua, he threw himself in the water. That's when he was on the boat, and Yahushua came walking. And I think, no, it wasn't
It was
Yahushua.
after
It was Yahushua was on the beach.
This was after Yahushua raised, right? Right from the.
I'm not
was that
sure.
the same time?
I'm not sure.
It was a
I'd
couple of times, yeah.
Yeah, but I think Yahushua was on the beach,
Okay.
and they didn't recognize him. No, John finally recognized him. John said, "It is the Lord." Let's see if I can find the scripture.
Yeah, I think that was like in the latter chapters of one of those one of the gospels.
Yeah.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think that was after Yahushua resurrected. You know, and
yeah, that makes
sense.
sense.
I think I believe they were fishing or something like that, and Yahushua appeared to them, and that's when Peter had to. He jumped in the water. That's the one you're talking about. Right?
Yeah, because he was ashamed that he didn't recognize the Lord. All right, so it's little things that, and plus the dynamic between Yahushua and Peter.
Oh yeah.
It was a tense that it wasn't like that for John.
Nah.
But it was like that for Peter. Why? Because
Peter was the Most High's man, and John was Yahushua's man.
There you go.
Which shows you the difference between the two spirits.
If that don't show it,
so it's like, how are you gonna be? What are you just like a split personality individual? You just that you schizophrenic. 1 minute you one way, the next minute you somebody else. The Most High has his favorites. Yahushua has his favorites.
That's it.
But they all agree in one in the spirit, and that's what makes that perfect union. That's why it says, "Can two walk together except they be agreed?" Yep.
This is John 21, and yes, he was on the beach.
Okay.
Okay. But like you said, it was dealing with the fishing. John 21 and 3. Simon Peter saith unto them, I go a fishing. They saith unto him, and Simon Peter, his occupation was a fisherman.
Right.
So he was battling between his occupation and the real occupation the Heavenly Father gave him, which is fishers of men. So there was that constant war between them, between those two.
Yeah,
within himself. Yeah.
Because at the end, right, they were saying like, man, this man, he did great works. We thought that he was the man to go,
Right.
So he probably went back to doing the fishing because he probably was in the back of his mind. Said, damn, man,
Yep. So, yeah, he was just a man. So, but by this incident, it was designed to get Peter, to firmly forget about this fishing,
right?
This carnal fish, and concentrate more on the fishes of men that I chose you to be.
These spiritual fish are more important, Peter.
Exactly. So, Peter was wrestling between, with himself. Anyway, I'm going to read it. John 21 and 3. Simon Peter saith unto them, I go a fishing. They say unto him, we also go with thee. They said, yeah, that's a good idea. They went forth and entered into a ship immediately, and that night they caught nothing. Why didn't they catch nothing? Why didn't they catch any fish? Yeah, you got it. You got it. Yeah,
but that was the same exact thing that happened when Yahushua first came to them.
Right.
Because they didn't catch nothing.
Right.
And then Yahushua said, cast your net.
Well, this is it.
Oh, that's the same one?
Yeah, that's the same. Yeah. Yep. Simon Peter saith unto them, I go a fishing. They say unto him, we also go with thee. They went forth and entered into a ship immediately, and that night they caught nothing. So the Spirit wasn't with them. All right, because that's not the fish that
the Lord wants.
The Heavenly Father wants. Exactly. But when the morning was now come, Yahushua, and so all night, man, they were pissed off, right? They were pissed off. But when the morning was now come, Yahushua stood on the shore, But the disciples knew not that it was Yahushua. Why? Because they were pissed off. Plus, they wasn't in the right frame of mind. They was in a carnal frame of mind. We got to get this fish. And you know what they were going to do with the fish? What, they're going to eat all the fish? No. They're going to go out and sell it. Probably make a huge pile of money, you know? Remember, being a fisherman is a very lucrative trade.
Especially back then.
Especially back then. So they were in that carnal frame of mind. So here's Yahushua standing on the beach. But when the morning was now come, Yahushua stood on the shore, but the disciples knew not that it was Yahushua. Why? Because they were, like I said, they were in that carnal frame of mind, led by Peter. He was the one that said, I go fishing. And everybody else was pretty much corrupted, you know, by his lust, Peter's lust for the fish. Anyway, then Yahushua saith unto them, children, Yahushua gonna mess with them. Children, have ye any meat? You think Yahushua didn't know all night they didn't catch no fish? Yahushua knew everything, but he's messing with them. He's trying to teach them a lesson, all right? Children, have ye any meat? They answered him, no. You know, they didn't say it with an English accent. No.
Right.
Man, they said it with hate. They said, are you serious, man? You asking us, man, we've been out here all night trying to catch fish. You going to ask us if we have any meat?
Yeah.
So they're still, by this time, they still didn't recognize Yahushua, right? And he said unto them, cast the net on the right side of the ship, and ye shall find. They cast, therefore, and now they were not able to draw it for the multitude of fishes.
Right.
That's when they knew this man, oh man, this is him. Mm-hmm. This is him. Yeah, this ain't no ordinary man.
Because what happened with the hook,
right?
That they used, it said that one time they gathered 3,000 people, another time 5,000 people.
Right.
So it's because they said that net grabbed a whole lot of fish.
Right.
That was what's the word I'm looking for? Something for the future for them that they were going to do, but actually among teaching the people to gather in much people.
Because that's the fish that the Lord really set up Peter to be. That's the fisherman the Lord set up Peter to be. The fish, like Yahushua told him, I will make you fishers of men.
Right.
That's why Peter was more interested in the carnal fishes, and he didn't catch nothing.
And Apostle, if I may say this,
yeah.
And see, this is the same thing that happened before. You know, it happened when Yahushua first came to them, and it happened afterwards when Yahushua went back, as we read it here.
Right.
Because this is Luke 5, right? It says, now when he had left speaking, he said unto Simon, launch out into the deep and let down your nets for a drought. This is in the beginning when Yahushua was first bringing them in.
Okay.
And Simon answering said unto him, Master, we have toiled all night and have taken nothing. Nevertheless, at thy word, I will let down the net. And when he had this done, they enclosed a great multitude of fishes, and their net brake. Yeah. So this happened before and it happened after, because that was Peter's mission anyway, to become a fisher of men.
A fisher of men.
And he was going to gather multitudes by the word that he was going to teach.
Yeah, that's what he was chosen for.
Yeah, that's right.
But like I said, Peter kept wrestling, between him. He was the lure of being the fisherman, which is what he was before he came in the truth, and the lure of being fishers of men, which is what Yahweh Shem Yahushua wanted him to be.
Right.
So there was this wrestling back and forth. So with this example...
Well, that's why he kept asking him, Peter, love is down me?
Exactly. Well, I think it comes, we get into that there. Yeah. As a matter of fact, if I keep reading, let me see, the 6th verse.
Yeah.
And he said unto them, cast the net on the right side of the ship, and ye shall find. They cast, therefore, they probably said, who the hell is this guy? You know? They cast, therefore, and now they were not able to draw it for the multitude of fishes. Now check this out. Therefore, the disciple whom Yahushua loved saith to Peter. So John was the first to recognize who that man was. John said, well, check out what John said. It is the Lord. Now, when Simon Peter heard that it was the Lord, he girt his fisher's coat unto him, for he was naked. Does that mean he was butt naked? No, he sinned. What was the sin? He didn't recognize the Lord.
Right.
He did not recognize the Lord. That was the sin, right? He girt his fisher's coat unto him, For he was naked and did cast himself into the sea. He was so ashamed that he threw himself into the water, which shows you the humility of Peter.
Yep.
That's why the Lord loved the Lord's, how's it go? A broken and contrite heart,
Yep.
thou wilt not despise.
Well, that's King David.
That's King David. So he was so ashamed he didn't recognize Yahushua, right? He threw himself into the water. And the other disciples came in a little ship, for they were not far from land, but as it were 200 cubits, dragging the net with fishes. As soon then as they were come to land, they saw a fire of coals there, and fish laid thereon, and bread. Yahushua saith unto them, bring of the fish which ye have now caught. Simon Peter went up and drew the net to the land, or to land, full of great fishes. And by this time, Simon Peter, he's all messed up in the spirit.
Yep.
He's all messed up. He's like, because I can't believe I didn't recognize the Lord. Right? Simon Peter went up and drew the net to land full of great fishes, 153. And for all there were so many, yet was not the net broken. So by this time, they already know who they're dealing with, right? Yahushua saith unto them, come and dine. And none of the disciples, check this out, none of the disciples durst ask him, who art thou? Why? Because they knew within their spirit, they knew, oh man, this is the Lord, man. And he's messing with us.
In the book of John, it said that when he had kept going or somehow disappeared from them, they said that now our hearts burning us when he was talking with us.
Yeah.
Because they knew, but
that was another
example.
Yeah, another example.
Like they knew, but it's like but then they're like, damn.
Well, by this time they were feeling like shit.
Yeah.
Because they didn't recognize him standing on the shore.
Yeah.
Right? And then the way when he asked him, do you have any meat? They probably looked at, who is this guy? You know, we've been working all night, man, and this guy's there. But he did all that. Yeah. He wanted to teach them a lesson, a spiritual lesson. All right? Not to concentrate on the carnal fish, concentrate on the spiritual fish.
Don't concentrate on the finger.
yeah, there you go.
Hey, but you know what? That goes into the sifting part where Satan is to sift them as meat. It was an agitation of the mind.
Right.
Because they were tired all night, toiling and tired, and all they want to do is
that's why we're reading. That's why the Spirit got us reading this.
Yeah.
This is an example that we can learn from.
Yeah.
It's our duty to always recognize Yahushua. That's where Peter fell short. He didn't recognize Yahushua. He didn't even know. But John quickly picked it up. He said, "Oh, it's the Lord." And that's when the rest of them, they were all messed up, man. That's why they didn't say nothing. You know, that tension was in the air. You know, Yahushua was probably looking at all of them, you know, like giving them that, he's an austere man. He's probably giving them that eye like, you guys, man, you guys, you know. Yahushua saith unto them, come and dine, and none of the disciples durst ask him, who art thou? Knowing that it was the Lord. There you go. Because how did they know it was the Lord? He tell them, cast the net on the right side. The net came up. The net was filled with fishes. No ordinary man can do that. So they knew it was the Lord. They knew. Yahushua then cometh and taketh bread and giveth them and fish likewise. This is now the third time that Yahushua showed himself to the disciples. After that, he was risen from the dead, just like you said. So when they had dined, Yahushua saith to Simon Peter, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? See? Now he's proceeding to explain to them the lesson that he was teaching them. Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He saith, yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said, feed my lambs. Now feed them with what? I gave you the truth. Go and feed the Lord's elect. That's your job now. Forget about being a carnal fisherman. Now you're a spiritual fisherman. That's your job, right? And we can learn from this, right?
Yeah.
He saith unto him, yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, feed my lambs. He said to him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He saith unto him, yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, feed my sheep. 17th verse. He saith unto him the third time, right? And we know the number 3 represents understanding, right? Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he saith unto him the third time, Lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahushua saith unto him, Feed my sheep.
Yeah, because if Peter didn't love the Lord, why would he say, Lord, no, man, you ain't gonna wash me. You know, ain't nobody gonna come take you. You know, but Yahweh cursed him out because he was being carnal, but he was sincere in what he was doing.
No, he was sincere.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he was being carnal.
Yeah.
Number one, he didn't even recognize the Lord. And we don't want to be in that position. We want to spiritually. We want to always recognize Yahweh Shai. That's where being alert comes in. That's where being vigilant comes in.
Yep.
That's why the Spirit had us go through that example. Remember, whatsoever things were written for what?
Our learning.
Our learning. So now we understand what that story is all about.
Yep.
You got something?
Yeah, Matthew 13:47. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind, which, when it was full, they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away. So shall it be at the end of the world. The angels shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. So pretty much that's where the sifting process is coming in. The Lord is the scriptures say, and then shall be known who are my chosen. That's all a part of the sifting process that's going on.
I think this scripture applies too with that lesson we just learned. This is Luke 21:34. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life. Isn't that what happened with Peter? He cared more about the fish than the spiritual fish the Lord gave him to do. Right? He cared more about the carnal fish. Right? So these are the words of Yahweh Shai, and we can learn from this. And take heed to yourselves, which, like I always say, we got to. The Yahweh Shai said, you got to watch as well as pray. The main person we got to watch really is ourselves. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that they come upon you unawares. Wait a minute, the disciples were unaware that was Yahweh Shai talking to them.
Watch as well as pray.
And Peter knew he had sinned. That's why he was so ashamed he threw himself into the water. Okay? For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things, the sifting, right? That shall come to pass and stand before the Son of Man. That says it all right there, man.
One more, Hebrews 2:1. Therefore we ought to give the more earnest heed to the things which we have heard, lest at any time we should let them slip.
Yeah, you can explain.
Yeah, so therefore we ought to give the more earnest heed to everything which we have heard. Yeah, and earnest is, that vehement desire. Sometimes the word earnest goes into money. When you're dealing with money, you are going to be
well, that's another sifting agent.
Yeah, money. Yeah,
money.
But then when you're dealing with money, you're going to be very what's the word I'm looking for? Zealous. When it comes to dealing with money. So that should be the same way that we deal with this truth, because it says, therefore we ought to give.
Because this is the real money. This truth is the real money.
Therefore we ought to give the more earnest heed to the things which we have heard, which is what? The teaching, the doctrine, lest at any time we should let them slip.
Yeah.
And then there's precepts in the Bible where it says, or let them run out as a leaking vessel. Because when you have a cracked, pot or whatever the case is, and you put water in it, it may not leak out right away, but eventually it's leaking out.
Yep. I was just looking at the time.
Yeah.
Proverbs. Okay. Proverbs 30 and because Apostle Ramla mentioned about money. That's another sifting agent that we have to be vigilant about. And this is how you handle that. Proverbs 30 and 7. It says, 2 things have I required of thee, deny me them not before I die. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches.
Right.
Because riches, now it says, but they that will be rich fall into temptation
Snare.
and a snare and many foolish and hurtful lusts. Look
Yep.
at, we got a great example in Comfy. He became rich, and that eventually what destroyed him, right? That destroyed him, and he was sifted right out of there.
Yep.
This is the same thing that happened at the main school. You know, High Priest Ariel used to pray for that money. Rabium, Kasapium, Shaquarium.
Yep.
So finally, when the Rabium, Kasapium, Shaquarium came, what happened? The school was destroyed by it. And we know because we were back, we actually witnessed it. So this is why the prophet said, remove far from me vanity and lies, because those are sifting agents. Vanity and lies are sifting agents. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me, lest I be full and deny thee, and say, who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my power in vain. So that's how we handle the money aspect. And really, if you bless with a lot of money, what you want to do is distribute.
Yeah.
You want to do, yeah, give it, because it can be a sifting agent. Okay, something you want to say?
No, that's
All right, so I guess we can end it there. Hopefully you edify. I know that wow, 2:35. Wow, I know that we had got cut off,
but
but
that's all right.
yeah, but that's how it goes. So.
Yep.
Yeah, I just wanted to say a few words on, and I'm glad Elder Apostle Ramla was with me. I wanted to say a few words on the sifting agents that, look, the Heavenly Father say you got stumbling blocks out here, you got sifting agents. These are the things we got to look for when we're in this ministry. You got to look out for the sifting agent, you got to look out for the stumbling blocks. These things are put there designed to trip us up. This path of truth was never meant to be easy. You know, it was never meant to be, smooth sailing,
No, sir.
So on that note, I'll end it right there. Say shalom to
Shalom to the elect,
the Lord's elect.
sincere.
Yep, and we'll see you in the next one. Yeah.
Rock the